What's going on, everybody? It is Selly. It is Friday. It is time for another Bat Cove 390 update. This is a one-of-one build for Boston Yacht. So what do we got going on here, guys? Last week, we talked about marking the waterline. Well, as you can see here, the team is now hard at work getting the bottom prepped. Now, to do a bottom prep job, it's not just sanding, guys. We got to make sure this whole bottom is completely de-waxed. Otherwise, if you just sand that, you're actually going to sand wax into those sanding grooves, and you're going to have paint failure. You're going to have adhesion problems. So they've gone ahead here. We've got this all marked off. We've got the lines. You can see where they've done the hand sanding here with these straight lines, and then you can also see where the DA has been going for doing the machine sanding here, getting this all squared away. You can also see we've got our underwater lights starting to come online. That's the TIX 403. There's a pair of those there. And now you can see they've also started to do all of the hand work. Instead of bringing the machine up to the edge here, this is all getting hand sanded right up to that water line. Now, as we take our walk down here, you're going to see everything's taped off. Obviously, we've got our SMX 153 on. Kind of hard to tell through the tape, but that is green tape on there. That's actually white light showing. And you can see here, the zip wakes are now taped off. We've left the ever important here for saltwater, a 1-inch border around the motors for the bottom paint. You don't want to bottom paint straight up to those motors there, guys. We want to leave a gap there. So we're going to go ahead, once this is all prepped, the Seahawk barrier coat's going to go on, and then we're going to be doing the Seahawk bottom paint on here. I believe we're going to be doing a black bottom paint. So now, let's hop up the ladder here, guys, and let's see what else we have going on. One of the first things you guys are going to notice when we step on board, the hardtop is finally coming together. We have the pair of Lumitech Razor lights. Those are floodlights. So if you want to be docking your boat, or you're trying to find your boat at night and you want to see everything around you, you've got those lights right there. And then you start to see what's going on with this sea view mast, guys. There's a lot to go over on this sea view mast. So let's take a walk up here and let's see what all we've got going on. Let's start from a side to kind of give you the better view. We start from the top and work our way down. We have our all-around white light. Then we have our Airmar weather station. Right back there, that little stainless guy, that is an Iris IP camera. That's going to be internet camera that's going to be going into the Furuno system. We're going to give it a nice backup view. So if you're coming into a dock, or if you're cruising, you want to see boats coming up behind you, that's a great way to go. It gets it high enough up, gives a nice overhead view. Then on each of the wings here, we have our GPS antennas. Why are there two GPS antennas? One is for AIS, one is for the nav as a backup to our sat compass GPS that we have. Then we have the ever favorite FLIR M300 camera. We've got our 4-foot open array radar on here, pushed forward on that tongue, as you can see. And then as you can take a peek right here, guys, you can see the first of two of these Xantrex solar panels. So we've got solar panels on here to kind of keep the batteries topped up a little bit. So if we take a look here, you're going to see the third Lumitech Razor light. We really find these are really handy. This is a nice spotlight right there. Doesn't overpower, looks like it belongs in the boat. It's not some big crazy light bar. So those seem to be working really well for our Sabre and Bat Cove customers. And then as we take a look behind that, you guys are going to see we have the sat compass right there, our Sirius radio antenna, our Merc antenna, and then behind that is the Pepwave cell antenna. So we've got that. And then as you see here, we have our VHF antennas mounted. Now, a lot of people will go ahead, slam those antennas on, try and get them as straight as they can and send it on their way. The team here really prides himself on making sure these are straight. So when the boat's coming at you, it doesn't look like a pair of feelers sticking out there on a bug or something there. That these are nice and straight, and we wedge those up in place. We take the time to make sure that those are mounted right. So that's what's going on the hardtop. Oh yeah, can't forget, guys. Kallenberg air horn. That is now installed. That just went in today. So we've got the big boy Kallenberg air horn, and that also has the automated system set up into it. So if you're underway and you needed to make that air noise every 2 minutes, one long underway for 2 minutes, that's what that'll do. So we've got that going on. And also, guys, the JL system is finally online. Now, this has the MVI amps. I showed you guys that in the previous weeks. We talked about this stereo system, that there's 3 separate stereo systems on this boat. Well, with these MVI amps, guys, we actually have to get a laptop involved to dial these things in. So we go ahead, we've hooked our laptop up, and we have gone ahead and set a tune for this stereo now. For this space, this stereo, these speakers, it's dialed in. It is a phenomenal sound quality. YouTube will ping me if I go ahead and play some commercial music on here. But trust me, guys, it sounds awesome. So we've got that going on. And then we've also got this JL audio system down here we've talked about before. And that is the pair of 7.7s right here and right there. And then we've got our 10-inch sub. And guys, this is kind of like a lounge area, sitting area here, and you've got the TV right here. This is a phenomenal sounding home stereo area right here. With those pair of 7.7s and that 10-inch sub, it's a nice tight space. We got the stereo dialed in for it. It is going to be a great space. If you are having a rainy day or an evening and you want to watch a good movie, it's going to sound awesome on here. And you can watch a movie because we've got Apple TV and we've got Roku into all of the TVs in here. So we've got that going on. And then also, we've gone ahead and got the lumishore online. We're going to do it through here, and we're going to have the app functionality. We're going to have a couple of different things, but we can come in here. Now I've got all my zones set up, so if I want to, I can come in and I can go ahead and change my colors to do whatever I want, because we have color tunability, and we can go for our warm white, we can go our cool white, and we have all of that functionality built into it. I don't know how many lights there are. I haven't given the final count yet, but I think it's something like over 50 lumishore lights involved on this boat. And as you can also see, guys, we are starting to get the Furuno system online. Just starting, guys. We still have to do the IP addresses for our FLIR camera. We have to do it for the Iris camera. We've got to go ahead and get, Merc integration. We got all this other stuff still to do, but it's all finally starting to come online here and starting to look like a boat. We've got to do our software update on our Vesper, software update for our Furuno, software update, I think, on the Fusion. It's still a lot, but we're getting in the home stretch, guys. So if there's anything that we've talked about in this video or the last couple of weeks that you guys want to know about, leave it down below in the comments. Let's see what we can do to cover it, talk about it for you guys, and showcase it. And thank you guys for tuning in. We'll see you next week with another update. This boat should really be in the home stretch at that point in time. We should be into the buttoning things up, tidying things up, and showing you all the other fun bells and whistles that we've got going on board this boat. So we will see you guys next week. Oh yeah, I forgot my spiel. If you haven't done it yet, make sure to hit the like and subscribe button. It doesn't cost you a thing. Helps me out a ton. And you'll get notifications when all these new videos drop. So go ahead, give us a follow at Navtronics. Peace.